One-on-one drama on and off the track in Trainer.
You're up early.
Yeah, well, I had some typing to catch up on.
I wish you were as keen on your riding.
God, I love England. Magnificent. Beautiful. Puts everything into perspective.
Can't change the way I feel. We betrayed a trust. His wife and one of his closest friends. I can't bear the thought that he might have known. Doesn't that get to you, Robert? All that time, perhaps he knew.
I've asked you to marry me. Doesn't that take away the sense of betrayal?
Makes it worse. Come on.
I assume you've come to claim the horse back.
I've come to discuss it.
There's nothing to discuss.
As a gentleman, I would expect you to return it.
If you were a gentleman, you'd know this is a debt of honor.
Nonsense. A moment of madness. He was drunk.
No, that's not the point.
Not the point. You took a horse from a drunken man. He didn't know what he was doing.
On the contrary, I took that horse from a greedy man who was totally aware of what he was doing.
Look, will you stop gardening? Pay attention!
It belonged to my mother.
I don't believe this is happening.
I'm sorry.
I'm not looking for your sympathy. I'm perfectly all right, thank you. I don't need that. I'm just angry. I always cry when I'm angry.
I see. Look, you'd better come inside.
Passport and papers. Get playing the game ready for Johnson. He'll be here in an hour. And have someone muck out that box.
Okay, Governor.
Good morning.
It decidedly is not. Where have you been?
Sorry. There was a string of horses in the lane.
When David Ware arrives, tell him I'm in the house.
Anything else?
Applaud. Got himself a new owner, John Gray.
Where's he going?
He's going to Arkenfield. And I'm going to breakfast.
Sure you don't think there was anything devious in my proposal?
Of course not.
I couldn't have been more open,
I know.
more genuine.
I believe you.
Morning, Hannah.
Morning, sir. Oh, how lovely.
Hannah, would you be honest with me?
I'll try, sir.
Would you say I was devious?
I've never known a businessman who wasn't, sir. I put all the mail on your desk, Mrs. Ware, and you've had a call from Dubai. Thanks, Hannah.
Yeah, well, I guess I asked for that.
I think you did.
She doesn't like me.
She adored Frank.
Frank was my mentor. He taught me everything. But I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you then, and I'm more in love with you now. I love you. Period.
Yes. I think you might. Give me a little time, will you?
I don't particularly want to defend him, but I have to protect myself.
Of course.
I need that horse back.
Put some coffee in that, will you? Was the horse in joint ownership?
No.
You really have no claim to it.
I have every claim to it. I've been married to the other end of a bottle for the last 10 years, the other end of a bottle and a betting slip. Do you know what that's like? Have you any idea? Have you? I can assure you I have every claim to it.
You're putting me in a very difficult position.
I intend to. You've taken our last asset.
Look, I'm running a bit late. I have to go to London. Could you give me a lift to the station? Otherwise, we'll skip the coffee and I'll call a taxi. I have to go up to London to see my barrister, and I may want to get a bit plastered afterwards, so there's no point in taking the car. I promised to think about the horse on the way.
Morning, Einstein.
I think you should have a look at this, Joe.
Sure, Adam Musher. I wouldn't know one end of a telescope from another.
Microscope.
Exactly.
You won't see much down there.
Oh, there's a lot of little dots spread out over the place.
Yes, but not enough little dots. Look at the printout, Joe. Dangerous lady's hemoglobin level has dropped.
So, she's a bit anemic.
You look like you could do with a blood count yourself.
That horse had its final workout yesterday. She's in prime condition. You saw yourself. You know, it's hard enough trying to produce winners without chasing after a few red blood cells.
You know that if a horse is anemic, it could lead to all sorts of problems.
And you know if it wasn't for all this paraphernalia, we wouldn't have a problem.
I'm putting scientific facts in front of you.
Facts? Listen, don't tell me my business. I've worked with horses all my life.
Then perhaps I'm seeing with clearer eyes.
Oh. Well, I think we should let the governor decide that, don't you?
Why not?
I need your signature on a few things, Hugo. Making final arrangements to open that offshore account, as we agreed.
Yes, I can't do that, David. The police. They told me not to sign anything at the moment.
I need your signature, Hugo.
So do I. On a check. Accounts have got to be settled today. If I'm on a retainer, I need to be retained. If you don't get this sorted out now, I don't ride for you anymore. Do you understand?
You're gonna love this horse. I've got one of the lads to take it up to the gallops for me. I'll give you a lift.
It's the third time it's happened, Hugo. I don't need this sort of hassle. Just about every trainer in the country's after me. I can pick and choose.
You coming up?
I'm just gonna make a quick call.
I really want you to see this one.
It's 2:30 would be better. Yeah, I've got a lot of business to do first. Okay, bye. Busy old world out there.
You have 6 minutes.
Thanks.
You said you'd think about the horse.
Perhaps we can talk about it over dinner tonight.
Perhaps.
I'm telling you, this horse is not fit to run.
There is nothing wrong with this horse.
Just a minute, one at a time. You say the red cell figures come out on the low side?
I've sent a sample to check on our figures.
Well, good. When can we expect a result?
Sometime this afternoon.
Okay. Joe, what's your opinion?
In my view, she's fine.
Right. Let's see how she is in the morning.
Right, go.
Right.
Beauty, isn't she?
The future.
Yes. Mother's a bit off colour, though.
Well, is it serious?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Bit of a temperature. The vet's coming around later, isn't he? Just one. That's my girl. Gonna be all right.
Something's cropped up. I have to go to town.
Oh?
Apropos our conversation at breakfast this morning, I thought... Well, I thought I ought to move out for a while.
What?
I wasn't thinking. You're right. You're right. I'm rushing you. I'm trying to have a Christmas party in February. I'll wait.
What's been going on in the last 5 minutes?
Just me coming to my senses. You need space. We both do. I just didn't see it, that's all.
He's good.
Not as good an animal as Freddie Farrell lost to John Gray. I hear he's gone to Hardy's.
Farrell's a waster. I'd rather he wasted Hardy's time than mine.
At least Hardy pays, Hugo. Think I'll ride back. I trust you've left the usual bottle of champagne in the fridge.
Come in. Mr. Gray.
Tony Mountford?
Mr. Graham, your solicitor's representative, will be in attendance at all times. I'm afraid the law requires it. Anything the matter?
No. On the contrary.
Please, sit down.
God, you could make it, Joe.
Joe.
Eileen. God, Eileen, Eileen. Oh, God.
Don't know why you bother. You could do exactly the same with pills.
They don't keep you fit as well.
You're fit enough riding out.
Don't want to get involved with drugs, Danny.
Not drugs. Straightforward weight reducers. They don't affect anything else. Get you some if you like.
Please yourself.
John Gray is a lucky man.
He is, Governor. Very lucky. Beautiful horse.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Nick.
We're in a terrible mess.
Yes.
Couldn't you talk to her? Losing the horse is just about the end.
Are you surprised?
What about John Gray? Could you talk to him?
Well, I shouldn't think he'd listen. He didn't want to take the horse. You forced the bet.
I had a brilliant hand.
He had a better one.
Perhaps he'll change his mind.
Would you change yours?
Of course.
I don't think so.
Alex, are you going to lend me the money?
No, Freddie, I'm not. Well, what would be the point? You'd just back another outsider, and I don't back outsiders.
You've no idea of the pressures at the moment.
All of your own making.
If you could just guarantee me some support, only for a few days.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to try somewhere else.
Has Joe said anything to you lately?
What about?
I don't know. Something bothering him?
Actually, yeah, I think there is. But he won't talk. I've tried, but he won't. Look, if there's nothing else, I'd better be off to lunch.
All right, Nick, thanks. Me too.
Nick!
Hello.
Going down the pub?
Yeah, come on, hop on. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You're ready.
Woo! Thanks!
Uh-oh. Moving? Rachel decided to throw you out?
You're on very thin ice, David.
Is she in?
No. She's gone for an update meeting with Mike.
Too bad she's never available for an update meeting with me.
Look, David, you hurt her. You hurt her real bad. You can't just turn up and expect her to be there. You should take a good look at yourself.
Really?
Through a glass, darkly.
Sorry?
When I became a man, I put away childish things, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Robert, come on. I want you to sign a few things for the racing club.
No, David. You don't get my signature on anything anymore. I hired you for solutions. All I get is problems.
Wait. Are you firing me?
That's about the size of it. Unless you can get your act together.
Oh, come on. Jeez, Robert, come on. I'm doing the best I can.
No, David. You're not. I want to see an improvement.
I want to see an improvement. Improvement. I want to see an improvement.
David!
Hi.
I didn't know you were here.
Oh, just passing through.
1,000 miles an hour by the looks of it.
You like it?
I've always wanted one of these.
Really? Well, get in. I'll take you for a drive. Come on, it won't take long. Get in the car.
You're the one that should be pedaling, you know. I don't need to lose any weight.
Always good to lose a couple of pounds, though, aren't you?
Oh, I get it. Lunch is on me, right?
Oh, right.
What do you think?
Magic.
Yeah, isn't it? 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. 16 valve, double overhead cam.
Where are you going?
Hell. Scream.
What?
I said, scream.
What do you do with your money, anyway?
I give it to the old horses' home. I do! Honestly, I do.
OK, hold on, here we go.
Come on, then.
Go forward a bit.
Right. Woo!
Lean back, lean back!
Come on, baby!
Oh, my God! You all right?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. David Ware. That's twice now. He's really got it in for me.
Yeah, well, if you'd only tell me what happened the first time, I might just have it in for him.
You're mad, David. You're completely insane. What the hell did you think you were doing?
Moving mountains, Susie! Moving mountains!
You're out of your mind.
Where's your sense of adventure? Improvement, Susie. I want to see an improvement. Fear's the only pleasure left. Tomorrow we die.
With Sally gone, I feel I ought to be seeing him more often, but the school's against it.
Well, they could be right. Let him settle. Tom will be fine. He seems a tough little boy.
Yes, but his father isn't.
Aww. Apart from that, how are things?
We're fine.
And Sue? She's settling in all right?
Yeah, it's okay. Well, there are problems, but she'll come through them. Here?
Yes.
She's a funny one, isn't she? On the outside, she appears totally capable.
She is. Sensitive with it. She had a tough time in France.
Is that why she came home?
Better ask her then. Thanks.
Thanks. She and Joe are a bit touchy at the moment, but they'll work it out.
Old school, new school?
Yes. That's about the size of it. But I've decided to put the two antagonists on the same side and give them a common cause.
Really? How?
Dangerous lady in the classic trial. As I'm a part owner, I thought I'd sit back with the rest of you in the Cortlands box and let Sue and Joe handle it on their own. Once they've shared a winner together, who knows?
Ever thought of going into politics? And how are things with Alex? Sorry. Mind your own business, Rachel.
No, that's all right. To be honest, I don't really know. I'm not sure if I'm ready for another relationship. She's a wonderful woman. With Sally going, and Tom, I just feel a bit thrown at the moment. It takes time getting rid of the past.
It does.
Excuse me, Mrs. Weir. There's an urgent telephone call for you from your stables.
Excuse me. Thanks.
All the years I've drunk in this pub, I've never been up the stairs. You'll be safe here.
I won't be safe until this whole thing is over. None of us will be.
Hey, don't fret, it'll be all right. Now that you are here, I think it's time I went to the police.
No, you mustn't. You don't understand. You mustn't.
It's the best way.
No, it won't make any difference. It'll make things worse for everybody. Oh, it's over there. You see, they're over there. It's over there. These men are ruthless. They know what you're doing all the time. They know what you're doing. Please, Joe, please tell me you won't.
I won't do anything you don't want me to. All right.
You mustn't.
I won't. Hey, come on. So listen, have I ever let you down? Huh? Haven't I always stood by you? Even when we were kids?
Rachel, I'm gonna have to go.
Thanks for coming back.
I hope she makes it.
I'll call you.
Okay. How is she?
She'll be fine.
What are you doing over here, anyway?
I came to talk to Rachel about some family business, but under the circumstances, it'll have to wait.
Family business?
Her stepson, David. He's dangerous, Mike, seriously dangerous. And there's something else I ought to tell you. Emma thinks Joe's doping Dangerous Lady.
What?
The purchase, then, would be for the 6 horses owned by James Brandt, to include the 49% interest in Dangerous Lady, together with a subsidiary company known as Fletcham Development Holdings.
Correct.
Very well. Then I have been instructed on behalf of my board that in principle we accept your offer. Of course, there will be a number of formalities to go through before we can complete. In cases such as this, British company law is quite complex. However, I think we can look forward to a speedy conclusion, if that suits.
My lawyers are at your disposal.
Good. Thank you, Robert.
It's a pleasure, Alex. A pleasure.
Lucerne. It's called lucerne. It's a grass. In the old days, it used to grow wild near every stable. The animals ate it as part of their natural diet. I've always fed it to my horses just before a race. It stops them getting too jizzed up. My grandfather did it as well, and his grandfather before him. It helps just to settle them. As far as concerns your hemoglobins and your whatnots, I'm sure that sample you sent off will show her blood's just fine. The way modern stables are these days, that horses don't get access to it anymore. So I grow it at the back, way I've always done.
He's right. The figures are fine. I'm sorry, Joe. I feel awful.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble with facts, Einstein. They don't tell the whole story.
Please forgive me.
Ah, well, maybe you just did what anyone in your place would have done. Forget it.
You okay about this?
Yeah. Must have taken a heck of a lot of courage for her to stick her neck out like that. And for young Emma to tell her. It's good. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I have work to do.
Joe, do us a favour, would you? Look after Sue at the races tomorrow. It'll be her first time out.
Oh, sure.
Hello. Huh?
Mr. Anderson?
Yes, that's correct. It's about the late Frank Ware. Hello. I spoke to you earlier. My name is Furman. Robert Furman.
Put your money on the second favourite, Airjet. We've got the better horse, but I guarantee he won't win.
This is fact, Joe.
This is fact.
Good. I kept my side of the bargain. I wouldn't like anything to go wrong with yours.
It won't.
Fine. How's your sister?
She's all right.
She's a pretty girl. Let's keep it that way.
I should have been on Dangerous Lady.
Yeah, well, you're not, and that's that. What you don't seem to realise is that Neil Johnson is a highly professional and well-sought-after jockey. It's like the punters will say the same thing about you one day.
I know that horse.
So does he.
A couple of workouts, that's all.
Subject closed, OK? Now, listen, Mo, you got a couple of rides in Chester and you'll come back with 2 winners, so forget about the classic trial. It's the only way you'll get rides, winners.
Excuse me a minute.
Besides, the governor owns a piece of Dangerous Lady. He doesn't want to put you under that kind of pressure.
I thought you said the subject was closed.
Yeah, it is. Look, we'll have a much better time in Chester.
Maybe we should go on the bike.
Do you want a drink?
Water.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get the pills to next week.
What's your lawyer like?
Expensive. I find the whole thing overrated and vastly amusing.
You wait till you get before the judge.
Absolutely.
Aren't you afraid you might lose?
Life is a series of gambles. Sometimes you win.
Wish I could feel that confident.
It's easy. Cheers. I've had an idea about the horse.
You're going to give it back?
Not exactly.
You're going to give a bit of it back?
Yes, I hadn't thought of that. When's the best time to see Freddie?
Never.
Seriously?
Well, those mornings between 11 and the first gin.
And then I'll come up tomorrow.
So what's it about?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you that.
I think I'm going to divorce him.
You've been wonderful, Joe.
I sure know.
You're a good man.
Gone away with you. Listen. After tomorrow, there'll be no more hassle. You'll be safe. Try and get some sleep, eh? Good night.
Night.
You have to decide, Rachel, one way or the other.
I know, I know. Leave me for a moment, will you, Robin?
Freddie needs help. But then Freddie's always needed help. That's how he's got by. Daddy always used to say we were born the wrong way round. I should have been the boy, and Freddie should have been the girl.
I think I might have had something to say about that.
Oh, I've always had to cope on my own. I think that's why I'm such a good businesswoman. And then you crop up, and... But I'm as vulnerable as Freddie. You weren't on the agenda. I think it would be in your interest to get to know Robert Furman better.
Is this going to turn into a business conference?
Oh, I'm just mixing a little business with pleasure. Are you tired?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Why don't we go and lie down for a minute? Oh, let it ring.
Better not. Hello? Rachel. Oh, I'm sorry. No, thanks for letting me know.
Thanks for the lift. It's been great.
Pleasure.
Look, I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm not going to invite you in for a drink.
Oh, how am I supposed to take that?
With enormous flattery. There's nothing I'd like more.
I'm going to do something I don't normally do.
What's that?
Make the first move. Glass of champagne. Soft music.
And then?
This will all be mine one day. Won't have to worry about piddling little horses then.
I'm sure.
The Farrells have been here since time began. What do you think of that?
Very splendid.
I hear you had dinner with my wife last night.
How did you know that?
She told me. At whatever hour it was, she strolled in.
I see.
Tried to get the horse back, did she? Women. They don't understand, do they? A debt of honor. You know that. I know that. Otherwise, you'd return it. But women... So, what do you want?
I have something that I thought you might be interested in.
What's that?
The winner of tomorrow's classic trial. I don't usually give out tips, but this is as near to a certainty as I can get. I'd rather you didn't make a thing of it.
Of course not.
Dangerous lady. The only other one in the field who can give her a run is Airjet.
Come on, Mo, pick him up.
Come on, Mo.
Yes. Coming up to the line. Go on, Mo. Is going to hold Atalanta. Yes. 13th winner of the season.
Oh, well done, Mike.
We now come to the feature race this afternoon here at Newbury.
Joe, Mo's won at Chester.
3-year-olds only, over the straight mile course. Has a post time of 3:30. At this point, the Newbury executive would like to take this opportunity
Mike.
to thank
Hugo.
for their
I
kind
suppose
sponsorship.
congratulations are in order. Well done.
Thank you.
8 runners go to post for the New Milford
I hope
Classic
Applaud
Trial.
arrived in one
8
piece.
runners, that is
He did, thank you.
of the
Good.
live gleaming light, which the trainer states-
Frankly,
That's number
I
5.
don't think he's got another win in
As a
him.
non-runner, states the trainer. The other runners are as on the race card. Here are the riders. 1 is 2 by Eddie Thorne. 3, Jock Smith. Number 4 is
You
ridden
can
by
tighten the breastplate a notch.
6 by James Barnes. Number 7 is ridden by Peter Miller. 8, Derek Cross. And number 9 is ridden by Neil Johnson. That's 8 runners for our 4th race this afternoon.
Okay, Joe, that's fine.
Classic trial run over the straight mile to the post line of 3:30. We have a special call. Would a racecourse vet please go to the racecourse stables? That's a racecourse vet to the stables, please.
They'll read out the charge. There'll probably be conditions of bail, though I don't know how much. You do have backing, I suppose.
Yes.
Then they'll set the date of the trial. Right? Let's get on with it. Mr. Gray, my client.
We have a latest show of betting on the 4th race. Number 9, Dangerous Lady, is currently the 6-4 favourite. It's 3-1, number 1, Jet. It's then 4-1, number 4, MJ.
Hi, sexy. Suppose the dinner's out of the question.
Hello, Mr. Johnson.
It's also 6-1.
You'll find she hangs to the left.
And it's
I
then
hang to the
10-1,
right.
number 2.
I don't think you could have the courtesy to give the young lady a chance.
Class 6.
I ride the way I ride. That's what I'm paid for. And I don't take instructions from a woman.
The jockeys are now mounting, and the horses will shortly be coming out onto the course. So would the public please clear the course? That's the public, please clear the course. And after our feature race, the New Milford Classic Trial, a president...
Are you aware what will happen if you lose this case?
I think so.
Doesn't that worry you?
I like a bit of a gamble.
What odds would you give yourself, Mr. Gray?
I would say that I am an outsider at the moment.
So, is it worth it?
Do you know much about racing?
Do I have to?
Well, I would have thought in this case it might be helpful.
Never bet on a two-horse race. The Grand National is for fools and housewives. Lester Piggott won the 1970 Derby on Nijinsky at odds of 15-8 in 2 minutes, 34.68 seconds.
Who came second and third?
Dwyer, second, 130. Stintino, third, 7-1. 11 ran.
Who trained the winner?
Vincent O'Brien. If you want another barrister, you only have to say, I've far too much work on at the moment as it is. Good day.
Into the final furlong now. Dangerous Lady by 2. Dangerous Lady from Airjet and Cassie's. And Dangerous Lady, she's led throughout. She's still going comfortably as they come down now to the final 150 yards. Dangerous Lady it is from Airjet.
Come on, lady.
Valere moves in the third. Cassie's in 4. Going for the line now, and it's Dangerous Lady. Dangerous Lady wins the first. Very comfortably indeed. Dangerous Lady from Airjet passes
You
the
clever
first.
man.
Valere.
26 to go.
Champagne. MJ and Cake and his panic, and last of all, Isolde.
Set returns for the fourth race. Win horse 9, £50. Places horse 9, £1.20. Horse
Great
1,
feeling, isn't
£2
it?
exactly. And horse 3, £3.20.
Thank you for being so good to me. You're an amazing man, you know that? You're an amazing man.
£2.90. Objection. An objection has been lodged by the Clerk of the Scales to the winner. Would Mike Hardy, the trainer, please come to the weighing room immediately? And patrons are advised to retain all betting tickets until the result of the objection and steward's inquiry is announced.
Johnson, I'll never ride again for you, Hardy. I take no responsibility for this whatsoever. Now, you better get this sorted out, and quickly. Do you realise what this kind of thing could cost me in rides? Now, I'll sue you, and I'll sue everyone who's part of your setup. I'll break you.
The weights are short. 2 of the leads are missing. I want a full inquiry. I want you to press for a full steward's inquiry. I checked those weights, and it's not possible.
Sorry I'm not here. Please leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Rachel, this is David. It's important I talk to you as soon as possible. It's very, very important. Some information. Well, I have some information that involves my father, Grant, Robert Furman, and Hugo. Rachel, Hugo Latimer. Please call.
Who was that on the phone?
I don't know. They hung up.
Oh, I hate it when people do that.
Let's go. I booked a table for 8:30.
Have I ever hit you? Have I? Of course not. I'm not that sort of person. All I've ever done is enjoy us. The two of us, you and me. Us. That's all I've ever done.
Freddie.
It's true.
Freddie!
It's true.
All you've ever done is enjoy yourself. Lived in your own selfishness, in your own ego trips.
I drink. All right, I admit it. But I have to say I do it well. I can take my liquor. A man who can't hold his drink isn't a man, in my opinion. But I don't whore around. I don't make you look silly. I am faithful.
What are you talking about?
Faithful, in my fashion. So I gamble. I gamble.
Will you stop this right now? You're talking to me. Me, Caroline.
I love you.
Oh, my God.
2 weeks in America, that's all I need. Just 2 weeks and I can have it all sorted out.
You haven't been able to sort anything out in the last 15 years, as far as I'm aware.
2 weeks. And then you can come over.
Oh, face it, Freddie. You're like the horses you back. You're a non-starter. That's what they'll put on your tombstone. Failed to get out of the stalls.
That's funny. You always were funny. You make me laugh. You can't leave me.
I can. And I will. When you get back from America, I won't be here.
If only that horse hadn't lost today.
What horse?
The one that got disqualified. I had everything on it. Every last bean. Couldn't lose, he said. Couldn't lose.
Who said?
John Gray.
David? David?
More to life. We all have our dreams, we all have our visions. Time after time, we're faced with decisions. Which road to follow, how hard to fight. Then you wake up and see there's much more to life. In acres of sky on a summer day, on a sunny summer day, and the fire burns with hope inside your heart. We are never apart. Reflections of time passing by that remind you there's much more to life. More to life. So much more to life. So just follow your heart and you'll see. If you follow your heart, you'll be free. 'Cause there's more to life. So much more to life. More to